and welcome to another episode of The Flank. I'm joined by the one and only, the human turret, one of the best ARs to ever do it. Give it up for the world champ himself, Sam LaRue Octane. We got some of the best analysis in the game, the world champ, Christopher Duarte, Parasite. We got the multi-world champ, the multi-champion, a legend and icon to the Call of Duty space. Give it up for Patrick Price, aka Aches. And then, of course, we got the one and only, the executive producer of The Flank. Give it up for Ben J. Nassim. Gentlemen, what's going on? Looking good as always. Ben, we'll start with you. How you doing today, Ben J? You doing all right?
Yeah, just been chilling. Played a good session PGA this morning, watching the Masters. That's set up nicely for the weekend. And had some interesting matches. Round 11, some upsets, a little bit of everything today, Tom.
I like that, Ben J. I like that. You're always tuning into some golf. You know what I mean? It's always good. What about you?
Big golf weekend.
Have you been golfing, Ben J?
Well, the weather's been kind of ass for like 2 weeks, so I'm gonna try and get out on Monday. Monday will be like the first really good day that I can probably get out. So
Absolutely.
that'll be the plan.
What's going on with Tiger Woods? Is he injured? You said he's injured?
He did his Achilles, so he might be out for a minute here.
Oh, shit. Then. What about you, Sam? How you doing? You doing all right?
I'm doing great as always, man. Great as always, Tom.
Good, Sam. You're looking good. Looking good as always. And then, of course, Sam, we do got to talk about you did die to Nate shot twice on a Rivals tournament. I do know
we got to talk about your thing for grandmas then.
Yeah, hey, first of all, relax. All right, that's propaganda. That's AI propaganda. Okay, you know what? Let's move on.
You said it.
Hey, Duarte, what's going on with you, Chris? You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good. Can't complain. Short and sweet. Nothing else.
It's good, Chris. Hey, Chris, that's good, man. What about you, Pat? Pat, is that you celebrating at COD Champs with the Optic fans yelling at you?
Yeah, you know, it's just me engaging with the crowd in a very polite and level-headed conversation at COD Champs 2016.
It's good.
But yeah, man, I'm good. Glad it's the weekend. I was thinking, I don't know if you guys saw Clay's tweet about like doing throwback old man 8s and I like the idea of old games. Bro, would it not be sick? This random idea. If we did like a triathlon old game tournament, like you know how Hits does those like BO2 throwbacks or MW2 throwbacks. Imagine we had one that was like multi-day, multi-tournament. Like you basically would run like a COD 4 one, a World at War one, an MW2 one, like small team
like
brackets. Yeah, but doing like different game triathlon tournaments.
Right.
And then like adding up points over the weekend or something about how many people, you know, won which ones. I don't know. I was thinking about it. I was like, when was the last time y'all even thought about World at War or fucking somebody Black Ops 1? Like,
well, you could do like a Beyond the Summit thing from the FaZe the FaZe office and do it over the course of a weekend because they got plenty of setups there.
Well, I mean,
you would need a bunch of old Xboxes and a bunch of copies of the game, right?
I think that's sourceable, but yeah, you'd want to do it on LAN, right? And then like
you have
like
to.
Unless there is isn't there ways to play all these old games on PC?
Like they have like.
I don't think you get aim assist though.
Nah, Plutonium handles a lot of that.
But there's a lot of like, there's basically something for Plutonium-esque for every title.
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking. Because I was on AW not too long ago, and I remember I think I did it through Plutonium, and there was aim
Some
assist.
of the games are on Steam, but they're like super not secure at all.
Yeah, I also seen Clay's tweet. Is there a Saudi league? Because I saw him tweet a picture of Kicks on Land, so I'm just so confused. I've never heard of this league. Have you guys ever heard of this league?
Nope.
I mean,
but there is one apparently.
What is it?
It's probably just Saudi league. I mean, you said what it is. I don't know.
Why is Kicks over there frying when his team needs his help over here?
He probably just needs to be home for whatever it is he needs to be home for. That's the whole reason he went back.
Yeah,
I need him.
He can't play the game.
I need him home in the U.S. for my fantasy.
No way, Pat. You got him on fantasy on the bench or what?
Yeah, he's on my bench. I'm just waiting, Tom. I'm waiting to get that Twitter notification that he's back.
Yeah, no, it was just kind of crazy to me because I saw Clay like tweeting out the picture, and I was like, damn, these guys are at like a LAN right now. Like it's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool that they have like their own league over there, and I'm sure Kicks is fucking cooking over there. He's probably frying. And also, shout out to Clay. I know Clay had a little bit of a health scare, but he tweeted some updates on that, and good to hear Clay's okay, man. That's my guy right there. That's my guy Clay. So shout out to Clay. Good to hear that he's doing better. But yeah, we're not gonna waste any time. I mean, we had 3 matches today. We're going to get right into it, and then we're going to take a look at tomorrow's matches. We got some bangers for tomorrow, so let's hop in and see what's going on here. First matchup of the day. We had the Miami Heretics going up against the Optic Texas. This one ends in a 3-1 victory for the Miami Heretics. 250 to 152 in a Vol Hardpoint, 6-4 in a Hacienda S&D. The only map Optic was able to take was the Hacienda Control. That one was 2-3. And then, of course, the map number 4, 250 to 202 in favor of Miami. We'll scroll down here and take a look here at the stat sheet. You have a 0.91 from Metals, a 0.85 from Real, a 1.16 from ROKKR, and a 1.31 from the new pickup Super. He has been unbelievable. And then on the other side, you have a 0.86 from Dashy, a 1.09 from Hook, a 1.0 from Shotzi, and a 0.85 from Caesar Skies Bueno. So the AR's struggling a little bit over there on the Optic side. And you can take a look at the match MVP. It's going to be Super with a 1.33 in Hardpoint, a 2.29 in Search, and a 1.0 in Control. I mean, we'll go from the bottom top in this one. We'll start with you, Benjay. Miami Heretics, they come out and they take down the Optic Texas today. I think, some people called it, some people didn't. I thought Optic was going to come out and push these guys to their limits, but it seemed pretty easy for Miami for the most part. The Control was the only thing that Optic was able to take. What do you think of the series, Ben? What are your thoughts?
I saw the map set earlier when I was doing Coffee and COD, and I thought the first 2 maps were potentially doable for Miami, but I was a little bit concerned about the back end of this slate. And I just think today, I thought Miami came to play. I thought their teamwork was really good. Sam called out in the watch parties. They were playing together, forcing trades, doing all the things you kind of want a team to do with teamwork. And I felt like on the Optic side, it was not that. It was the same stuff that we complained about. Some of these Optic losses, a lot of hero ball, a lot of solo plays. And I think at times we'll point out with some clips, seems like some miscommunication, some call-out issues, just not killing the last guy. So hopefully Optic can pick up from there. It's a big win for Miami because they're kind of in kind of a big mix trying to qualify for this stage, and obviously champs placing qualifying for champs. And the only thing I'll call on the Optic side is want to see a little bit more from Brandon. I think a 0.86. I know he had 10K damage, but if you look at the interactions, a little bit low. Hopefully he can step it up in future games to split.
Hey, what do you think, Sam? What do you think of the series? Were you surprised, Sam, to see Optic lose to Miami?
In the way that they lost, yes, but I mean, I think Optic's just a mid team at the moment. I think they're like 4 through 8 as a squad. So I think the way that they lost, yes, but the fact that they lost, no. I think the ARs didn't have a great series. There were a couple of just horrifying blackouts in this, which I'm sure you have the clips for. Mm-hmm. And I think Super played fucking insane. I'm obviously not going to compare him to Neptune quite yet because they made 2 finals back to back, but it seems as though Super with a 1-person change has definitely elevated this Miami team, which makes the late year champs qualification a lot more entertaining. But Miami look good, man. Their search is on point. I think their hard point took a dip. Super has mentioned it twice now in 2 interviews, but I mean, this team, if they get better going forward, that champs run is going to get a little interesting.
Yeah, I feel like with ROKKR and Real, like you had that slaying power, right? And Meadows, like he's kind of up and down. He's a very streaky player, but Super, I mean, he really is a playmaker, right? Like watching him play, like he makes smart plays. He's a very ratty player, but he's also an impact on the map where I felt like with Lucky, like he'd have his moments, but he wasn't really that impactful. Right, like
Lucky's more reactive and Super is more proactive for sure.
100%, and I think it really elevates this roster. Like when you watch them play, it kind of takes them to that next level. But what about you, Duarte? What you think of the series?
Just to echo what Sam said, not surprised that they lost. More so on the way they did, but on the Optic side, I think with just how Optic is as like a team in the CDL, everyone expects them to be really good. I think we need to lower expectations here. Although it's nice to see Optic play well and be in that conversation for championships, it's overall way better for the esport. Let's be real here. I just don't think this team's going to get there. I've said it in prior episodes with the personnel that they have. I don't think they're going to get there until maybe at the end of the season, if at all. They just are mid. I think although Hook and Dashi have been playing good, I think Skies is just not that good of a player on this team, and he just hasn't been that good at this game. And then Dashi, he's had his struggles as well. So, like I said, I don't think they're going to be that championship caliber squad, if at all, towards the end of the year. But on the Miami side, let's just talk about Super. This guy's S&D is fucking insane. I think he's had double digits damn near every single S&D that they've played.
16 is crazy.
16 is fucking insane.
Yeah.
This guy is not only bringing, that guy is literally single-handedly elevating their S&D, just complete 180 from what they had prior with Lucky. And then their hard point, yeah, it's taken a dip. I didn't know if they were going to be able to win 2 hard points in this series, but they did. And their control, even though they ended up losing, they've been way more competitive in it. So, yeah, this guy's turned this team around. If they get Super, Rencor, and Real frying like on any given day, like this team is going to be super hard to beat. I think people kind of underestimate this team because of their record in the league in the last couple of stages, and just because they are, essentially an all, foreign team, an all Spanish team. But this team has been pretty damn good at hardpoint, even with Lucky before. And that was with 2 men on the team that are doing the bulk of the slaying. Mm-hmm. Now that they have a third, it's only kind of a matter of time. If they fix that hard point, this team's going to be a real threat. I don't know if they're going to compete for championships. That's yet to be seen. But with like Surge, right? We had this conversation when they came in with Neptune, and we didn't really know how this team was going to like play out in the long run. But they obviously continued their success the whole time. So I'm interested to see if Miami can do that. But for Texas, bro, like Sam said, they're a 5-8 team right now. Like they're in the same conversation of all these other teams. They can beat each other on any given day. But do I think they're going to be consistent enough to keep up with Thieves, to keep up with Surge, to keep up with FaZe? Absolutely fucking not right now.
All right, definitely want to go to you, Pat, and see what you think. I just want to add to your Miami take, Duarte. I feel like the X factor is going to be Metals on a roster, right? I feel like if Metals is having like a good series and he's doing what he needs to do, like I feel like he's going to be like the main factor for these guys on if they're doing well or not, because you just never know what kind of Metals you're going to get. Right, even today. I mean, he had a point on one today, but he was making plays today. Like he had some moments where he was being an impact on a map. But what about you, Pat? What do you think of Optic in Miami? What did you think of this series?
Well, I'm gonna try and find a little bit to add after Chris's yapper sesh. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I'm not necessarily high as you guys on the Heretics. I think they improved, but like I'm not as impressed by them beating this Optic team, and also their other win, which I think was a game 5 against Falcons. Like, I don't think we've seen enough. And I don't take, dude, I don't know. I don't take beating this Optic team as like a big impressive statement. I mean, I still am in the camp that I'm mind blown that Optic wants to stick it out with this 4. I still think they should make another change and upgrade Skies. And I'm not saying like Skies is the sole problem on this team, but Skies just wasn't good enough to join this team. He was benched on the second worst team in the league. So I don't know. I'm not really that impressed by the fact they beat Optic, but I do think Miami did improve. And obviously a ton of credit to Super. He's I think turned some heads no matter what, regardless of who they played. But I'm not that impressed.
A lot of people are asking for who. A lot of people want to know who, Pat. If
take Sky, risk.
Yeah, like, you got to take a risk, right?
To me, bros, they picked up Skies. It's just like, all right, this is just a below average AR player who is going to just take a back seat, play the hill, not cause problems on the team internally, and just be, he's going to go where he's told to go. But like, in my opinion, Optic wasn't in a place where that made any sense. Like, we're sitting here saying like, yeah, these guys are like 5-8, and that's the best they're going to get. Like, is that what Optic wants? That's why I'm saying like they need to make a change. That's a risk. That's like they has some upside. There's no upside with Skies or this roster right now. That's the problem I have. It's like,
bro, Skies, although he's not like playing that well statistically, bro, you go to their listen-ins and there's one player that I'm gonna point out, and it's everyone's fucking favorite player. Yeah, the guy fries and makes good plays a lot of the time, and he's definitely stepped up with Hook on his team. But his comms are fucking terrible. He's out there influencing the map more than most of the players on his team, and half the time he's not even fucking saying what he's doing. He is literally just going, Shotzi, he's going out there and he's doing shit, and he's not telling his team what he's doing. When you go to their listen-ins, half the time it's just call-outs, and then Caesar kind of just pointing out what he's watching and what they're like trying to do, and everyone else is kind of just calling out where people are. Brandon needs to step up. That guy's literally supposed to be like a top slayer. Granted, he's putting out damage. He's not posting up positive KDs even with this change. And everyone else needs to contribute to the comms. Hook is screaming comms. Shotzi's fucking dead silent. And Skies is trying to micromanage the map. Yeah, Skies is not the best player in the world right now. But, dude, we can't be fucking serious, bro. We got to stop just like allowing this shit because it's Shotzzy. Like, let's be fucking real.
People call him a superstar.
Well,
But I'm just saying,
he's
it's
still
He was
got
the
that
best player. Hold on. He was the best player on the map for Optic today. It wasn't even close.
It doesn't matter. He's not a superstar. Being the best player on this Optic roster isn't like something to rave
hard
about.
on dying. You take dying on this hill, so be it. I think Chris makes a good point.
I'm just a realist, Ben.
He's really good. He's fucking godlike.
He's a star.
But he can be better. He can be better. If we are going to compare Shotzzy to the likes of fucking Simp, to the likes of Abizi, to the likes of Hydra, like these literally
not even in the same atmosphere,
insane caliber players, he's got to be able to do all of that shit. It's not allowable,
shot, bro. Like I think to your point, Chris, where we see Paco do a lot, which is great, is like he calls his shot off a spawn, and that way people know how to play around it. Like I just think it's just to your point. Like if he's gonna take these long routes, make these plays, get these timing routes, and he needs his teammate to set that play up for him, like he's got to call his shot, or he's got to hope that they're fucking telepathic and can figure out what he's trying to do on the map.
I don't disagree with the communication take, by the way. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's talented. But, like, bro, the reason why he likes Hook is because he naturally fits into that, like, play style with him, right? And they're able to kind of bounce off each other. And they don't need a ton of comms to do that because they just naturally fit in each other's roles. But, like, if he wants to elevate his team and play even better and set up everybody else as well, he's got to be able to kind of dictate what the fuck's going on the map if he's going to be that guy. You see every other fucking player that is comparable to him doing it, he needs to do it too. And he's done it in other games. I just say he just hasn't found that aspect to his game this year, and he needs to do it.
They're calling for you, Sam. They're calling for you. They want your take on this, Sam. First, Sam, is Shotzzy a superstar? And what did you think of listening in his performance today? What did you think, Sam?
No, he's not a superstar in this game. Last year he was. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with anything you guys said. I also think Brandon didn't call out the listening today either. I don't really want that to be overshadowed either. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think he's a superstar this year. I think Kyler clears him, to be honest with you. I know he was making plays today, but Kyler was and has been the best player on this team since he's been on the team. Every time he's been on the team this year. I know people say Bruce, but Kyler is their best player, and he always has been.
Today was their first loss with Kyler online, wasn't it?
Yep. Correct.
Which is crazy.
I think they're 9-1, something like that.
Can we give some credit to Miami? They're now 3-0 on S&D on this split. I know Vegas Optic probably wants to see a little bit more. That's been our main criticism of Miami, and their search looks like vastly improved with Super on it. So if they can keep on that, maybe this Miami team can find their way to factor in a weekend event.
Yeah. No. I like the way this team is trajecting.
Yeah, I just want to give Miami their flowers because I know we're talking a lot about Optic. The fans want to talk about Optic, but we got to obviously tip Miami's.
I mean, yeah, we tipped Miami. I mean, I've taken them. I think with adding Super to the roster, like I said, I mean, I already said this, but I think it elevates their. I think their roster looks elevated.
Chris had a 10-minute sesh doing nothing but tipping Miami.
No,
what do you mean?
Yeah, we were tipping Miami.
Yeah, I got to give them their flowers, bro. Like they're one of the methods their coach came for our head and the breaking point guys for not picking them. I mean, I'll say the only reason I didn't pick them in the series is because I didn't think they were going to win the hard points. Like I thought maybe game 5.
They haven't lost a series with Hook going
exactly.
into it. I mean,
they've now lost 4 straight to this franchise, by the way, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, Miami does match up really well. Do you think matchups is because I know matchups used to be a thing back in the day? Do you think matchups is a thing in this game?
Probably, but I also think that Optic was going to lose to anybody with the mistakes they were making.
I'd say matchups have always been a thing, though. Like LAT versus LAG, FaZe versus Seattle or Vancouver now, Optic versus Miami. Like there's just
I don't know if it's to the
there.
degree of other years because I genuinely think the 5 through 8 teams.
Yeah, some years are worse.
Like they just beat each other. They can all beat each other on any given day, bro. Like Boston is the fucking epitome of that, bro. Like they look really good one day, they can beat anyone, and then they just lose to the next team.
Just to talk about some clips, I want to talk about first map, Vol Hardpoint, P2 to a P3. Brucey gets this kill here. What do you guys think Bruce should do off this kill? Where do you think he should go? It's going to a P3.
Probably art tone.
You think he should push forward, Sam? Do you think he should push forward?
He should probably go art tone. Guarantee that rotation is very crucial.
I agree, Sam. I couldn't agree more with you. I think him backing up here was a mistake because he ends up backing up and look, he plays through mid. And then he slow plays it. But I think if he gets that kill and runs forward, and now you have Miami just losing composure, trying to find him, and they know he's there, like it just makes everything harder for Miami. And then on top of that, on this same rotation, we saw an absolute blackout here, Sam.
Yeah, this one's tough.
This is where we start talking to each other. Like, yo, are they talking? Like, are they communicating to each other? Because obviously, Super right now is in the main power position from P3 to P4, and he gets spotted, and he's one shot. But Skies, he doesn't turn. He sits front art, and he's looking at mid. Like, he's looking at line. He's looking at street. When the guy's one shot right to his left in the most important position on the map, I don't know if there's no comms. I don't know if they're not listening. I mean, that's unacceptable, right? I mean, that's crazy.
I mean, there's two outcomes. Either Caesar is not using his ears or Bruce is not calming that. So either one is horrifying.
Yeah, I mean, Super is running with his knife out. Bottom art. One shot. Look, he pulls his knife out. He's just running away one shot. I mean, that's a free kill. That's a free blood. So just obviously just very sloppy right there from Optic. And that pretty much kind of stemmed like the rest of this map, because then Miami just go on an absolute fucking tear after that. They get like a full 60. They get a lot of time on P3, a full 60 on P4. They go up by like about 100 points. And then obviously they're streaked out. They go into a listening with Miami, but going into the second rotation, because of that, Miami have a streak. And look how they break this P4 here. They called a streak. The streak is coming down. You can see now it's coming in from metals. And as soon as the streak is in the air, you can see now they're getting all the information. Optic's forced to play inside. I like the fact that they just hit it and they just book it down the front middle of the map. You can see where Super gets. And that's just utilizing the streak, right? Like sometimes the cruise missile might not get a kill, but it'll force players inside and kind of open up those lanes for people to make a play. And that's exactly what Miami did here. This is just great streak usage. We've seen a lot of teams just use their streaks terribly. And I thought Miami used this one really well. This first map was a blowout. And I think a lot of it stemmed from that blackout that we just saw. One little mistake like that on the biggest rotation of the game can cost you the whole map, right? Like 3 hills in and the map's already over, realistically. As long as Miami doesn't troll and they stay ahead of rotations, they should be good to go there. So definitely a blackout there for Miami. They end up falling, and then we go into the search and destroy, and again, just some problems here for Optic Texas. First, I want to highlight this round. This is the 6th round. Take a look at the arrows here for Miami. We were all impressed during the watch party watching Miami in this round, right? Just running around together, playing off each other, and you can see they all hit mid together. Then they all wrap back together. Look at their arrows. Look at the way they just maneuver around the map together as a unit, right? Optic, they're getting caught slipping by themselves. But Miami, I mean, they're just a well-oiled machine here. Even when they push out Lambo. Look, Lambo, let's go. Here we go. Everybody starts pushing out Lambo. Everybody's holding. Oh, they're Rock. All right, let's go back to Rock. Let's challenge them Rock, right? Everybody moving as a unit. Look. Boom, Skies. You're not winning nothing. You got 4 people to get by. Boom. Even in the 2v4, no teamwork from Hook and Skies. They're running in different directions. Now you got Hook. He finds one. And look at Miami. As soon as they see blood, I mean, this is over with. Just a great round for Miami. I just wanted to highlight the mini map there from Miami. Wasn't that impressive, guys? The mini map. That's what we like to see. Some teamwork.
Yeah, they're not giving them a single chance at getting a kill.
Yeah,
untraded at least.
100%. And then we get into the 2-4 round. This round again, Optic with a first blood here, a 4v3 situation in favor of Optic Texas. And they get caught with their pants down from top open. I mean, you got to know that somebody's top open, right? Like maybe a double chow there, like double chow to Hall before, instead of just kind of running out there, because they end up double chowing to Hall. Brucey almost makes something out of it, but he ends up getting taken down. Again, just another round that should have went to Optic, and they threw it away. What do you think happened here?
Probably the same thing that happened in map 1. They're not calling out to each other.
Yeah, this was just, again, great plays coming in from Super, catching them slipping, and again, Optic just looking kind of just uncoordinated there. At least they were together there, but they didn't look like they were ready for a fight at all.
Yeah, they just weren't prepared.
Yeah, they weren't prepared, which is just like the Bob's Planet B. Somebody can 100% be open. I'm surprised they weren't prepared. It just seems like they came out a little bit flat today, and then they lose that round, and then of course we go into the final round here, the 4-5 round, and I just wanted to highlight the play here from Super. Super gets an ace here to close out the game. He slides the corner, finds 1, finds 2, finds 3. And then he pushes up with his squad shots. He tries to make a play on a flank, and Super reading that as well. That's going to be a clean ace coming in from him. We'll take a look here at the highlight as well here. Little replay action of what Super was able to do.
He didn't
Finds
miss a
one.
bullet,
He
dude.
didn't miss a single bullet. He's just snapping, bro. This guy's sitting fucking 3 yards away from his monitor, and he's not missing bullets. I mean, this guy's fucking unbelievable.
Look how tiny he is in his player cam, bro. He's actually on independent in real life.
Independent real life is.
Oh my god.
I mean, this guy's fucking unbelievable. Controls went down to the wire, went to an overtime. Optic was able to close that one out. The only thing I had in the control was another blackout situation. I mean, I had to write this down. I didn't have anything in the control other than this. This made no sense. Look, Skies, Hook challenges the guy here. Right, or sorry, Skies challenges the guy mid-U. And he gets him one shot, and then Shotzzy slides by and doesn't even turn and trade it. And there's two of them. There was two of them there. Like, I just don't know what's going on in the comms. Like, right, Metal's one shot, tucked in the corner. I'm sure Skies is calling this out. Shotzzy just slides by you, doesn't even turn, just gets shot in the back. And then as soon as this happens, Miami get on the B point, work a stack, cap the B point, and they go on to win this round as well. They're going to win this offense. Granted, Optic still won the map anyway. But, I mean, what happened there, guys? What the hell happened there? Am I tweaking for no reason?
No, because it happened 3 times in the series.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Benja?
Either not listening or not calling out. It's one of the two. We obviously can't tell unless we have the comms. You know what I'm saying? But it's really the two causes there.
Yeah, it's very, very odd coming in from the Optic boys.
I know you don't have a clip, Tom, but there was also a situation during the last round of this where Optic got 3 kills. Metals last alive hauls. They kill Metals. They probably end the round, and he actually sneaks through, gets in the maps, and like shoots a guy in the back from Plat, and they actually like were able to get back on the point. It didn't end up hurting Optic, but again, it was another situation where, like, I don't understand. They call out the last guy, like he clearly got seen. And instead, 2 people push up the fucking spawn kill.
We were talking about their comms. You guys want to watch or listen?
Yeah, I have those. I'm gonna get there. I'm getting there. There's a listen in the 4th map. This is just the play that Ben was talking about. So they were missing him. Yes, they were missing him. And just to add to Ben's point here, I mean, Optic just didn't play for him. You can see number 4.
Back it up another 15 seconds, Tom.
You can see Brucey playing for him, like looking around. Number 1 sees him. Hook literally shoots at him and spots him. I mean, Hook tags him up. I mean, Metals is one shot right now. Regents his help. And nobody from Optic plays this kill. Literally, he even hops on the B point here. Shotzzy just leaves him on B. He ends up cutting back. Okay, so Shotzzy realizes he's on B. He cuts back. I mean, they just let Metals do whatever he wants. Skies gets shot in the back here. I don't know why Skies is looking backwards.
Well, I mean, do you guys think that this is on Ant to go kill the guy, or Kyler who saw him to go chase the kill?
Okay, there's a couple things you can unpack. If you're going to leave a guy in your spawn and go play the spawn kills, you need to guarantee those spawn kills.
Yeah.
Like, you need to play corners. Somebody overchill spiral, dies to the guy on the head glitch, while number 4 tucks himself into a corner and doesn't help him, and then he gets overwhelmed. And then number 3, like, what is this, bro? You know your teammate's going to clear inner. Your job is to clear outer. Not only that entire box is wall bangable, so you can instantly check if he's behind it by just shooting a couple bullets. Like, Skies blocks the fuck out there too. Like, there's them bleeding him. Them bleeding him isn't the worst thing in the world, because sometimes, like I said, if a guy's gonna get in your base, his job is going to be a nuisance. And if you go and chase him around like your cat fucking chasing his tail, you almost like can make him useful by doing that. Them playing the spawn kills is correct. They didn't play them properly. They end up getting overwhelmed, and then when they come in to converge on them, like, somebody just blacks the fuck out. Like, they just fucked up multiple times there, you know?
Yeah. They blacked out. Again, it's just little things like that that's costing them right now. And then we get into the map number 4. We get into the Hasi. Optic obviously had a very great start here on the hard point. They go up about 60 here, and then they also work a clean break here on the P4, the first rotation. They end up working some pinches. Bruce goes all the way around. You have a few players from Optic slow playing front. You see Meadows, he makes a play, shoots Bruce, but as that happens, Optic's able to swarm in through the front side and get a clinical break there. So you're thinking that this is looking pretty good here for Optic Texas after taking their time on the break, making sure that they solidify some more time here, and they're building a pretty hefty lead here.
This angle's godlike. That angle shots he has laying down behind the balcony is so good.
I do want to go into the listening, like Duarte was saying, with Optic Texas and see how the boys sound. Let's tune in and see what's going on here in the comms. Miami start to bring it back here as well, so let's see what's going on here. Oh, and I gotta up the volume here. Apologies. Let me up it real quick. Boom and boom. Okay, here we go.
Nice, bro.
I'm getting in.
He's out of front. Another one challenge me. I'm leaving that kid. Hey, top close right now. Right, they're taking their time.
He backed up.
Gonna have the rock. After rock, Eddie. Medals. Stun me, challenge me.
I'm gonna pinch him.
Throw shit.
Hit it. I'm gonna pitch fire.
Close center, medals.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, I'm behind him. I'm
gonna die.
Pitch deep.
Challenge me?
Yeah,
I get one
though.
though. I hit him with an 80, so one-shot medals.
Lead behind him.
Watch my rock. Just get one.
Grab rock.
Top part, lean down right side. Top part, one shot dead.
Nice.
I'm looking their side. Got two.
Two in a rock. Two in a rock.
In a rock, dead. One shot. After real.
That's
two,
another one
there.
there. Ranker.
I got her.
The rest of me, they're all gonna be third.
One shot out of record. Cannot be any weaker.
Hit hill. Let me top open too. Open that trophy.
Looking for open. I'm looking for open. Open, weak. Ran away.
Super smooth.
Two their side of that. Nice, Caesar.
On the rock, no one here. There's two more, last two.
I'm here.
One more record.
One more.
He's weak. I think he's in her. Close right, I think.
He's really weak.
Play soft.
Play it.
I'm getting their close.
One more open.
I have their close right now. Top part. Dead. Real. Give me my arm flat.
Open dead.
I'm playing soft left, okay?
He's pinching. Dead.
I have left right now.
I have wall pinch.
I have
wall pinch.
Yeah, every close last.
Too bad. They're going dark on me.
They go low.
They can go my cat. They're going to go dark.
I can go rock.
Yeah, team kill. One's dark again.
Yo, what's the dirt? Top open.
You can go dark on me.
Top open, real. One shot.
I got my deep
Dark on me. Dark. One shot right core. He's one secret.
All right, it's gonna do it for the listening. What did you guys think?
I think it sucked.
Why,
Honestly,
Sam?
that
You didn't
listener
like it?
wasn't that listener wasn't the worst, but like the
It
way
got
they set up
better,
on that
it started bad. They got better.
Yeah, it started bad, but the way they played that P1, like, okay, Kyler had the flank, which was fine, but then once they started like realized where pressure was, especially so he went and questioned Ant, do you have open? First off, you're already asking questions to your teammate. That's terrible. Secondly, Caesar's literally the entire time saying, guys, they're dark on me. Guys, they're going to come dark on me. Guys, I think they're coming dark on me. And he doesn't get any fucking help on that hallway, and he gets overwhelmed. Hello? Guys, go
the same
help
thing
him.
happened when he was pinching the rock as well. Like, they died like 3 times while he was setting up that pinch. I mean, it also happened in their first series ever on the Skyline, I remember as well. Like, this team just, like... Caesar is a good job of like trying to facilitate things and being vocal, but like I feel like no one's actually listening.
Yeah. Listening's the biggest thing, right? Like you can talk all you want, you can come all you want, but if people aren't listening to the comms, it's a problem. And then Chris, like you said, you should never be asking your questions. You should never be asking your team questions in game. Like, yo, what do you have? Yo, are you blocking this? Yo, you're blocking that. You disagree
Do you
with that?
have open? I mean,
Oh wait,
your teammate's
100%.
open. He has
be
open.
asking questions. Wait, what?
No, I'm saying I'm saying that Sam, people should already be calling out what they're doing. You shouldn't have to ask somebody what they're doing. Like if somebody
If your teammate is shouldering open, you shouldn't have to ask him, do you have open? He has open
100%.
unless he says otherwise.
He should just say, yo, I have open.
And the fact that Caesar
you shouldn't have to micromanage your teammates on what they have and what they're watching.
Exactly.
That's
And the fact that Caesar is literally saying, guys, they're dark on me. They can come dark on me. Like, go and like help him. Shotzi didn't say a word. Granted, okay, it's fine in that scenario. Like, he has open. He's not even asking for help. Why go help him? Go help Caesar. He's the one that's fucking calling out for help.
Sam, what's your take on it?
I just disagree.
It depends.
I think the flow of information you should 100% be asking questions. Unless it's like a blatantly obvious situation, you should always be asking questions to your team in game.
Small talk, there's always going to be questions, like when you're small talking, no matter what. But I think
depends when.
I mean, no, always.
It's always.
Saying, you guys are just saying like the obvious shit should not be talked about, basically.
Yeah.
Like if you see a teammate on the minimap that's in open hall, you don't need to ask them what they're doing in open hall.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think in game it's your responsibility to micromanage your teammate and what he's doing. Like I think he should be calming what he's doing. And I think if he's not calming what he's doing, it could affect decisions that are being made around the map from their teammates. And
it goes both ways though, Tom. Like people are human, bro. Like there are going to be times where you're going to lapse in that. So like it goes both ways. I think what Pat said is perfect. Like you shouldn't be asking a question when it's blatantly obvious what your teammate is doing, and then they should just help
it's just
guys.
based on the situation. I mean, you definitely still want a small talk. You know what I mean? And I guess like in certain situations, you do want to ask questions and like have a conversation with your team. But I mean, there's just certain things that you shouldn't have to ask to. So what did Ernie say? Ernie said something. Ernie said in the chat. Ernie said something about these questions. He said, "Yeah, we're brain dead." That's what Scrap said. He said, "Shit is fucked up in game." What the hell is he talking? The fuck is he talking about? I'll see what the fuck Ernie said. I'll search up his user. But yes, certain situations, I think it depends on what it is. But yes, you do want to have a conversation in game. Also, at the very end here, did Super Snake? I have a take on snaking. And I mean, you guys can hear at the very end here. You guys can decide whether or not this is a snake, yes or no. But in my opinion, I think slowly, snaking is coming back. I think it's coming back. I think people are starting to realize that they can break GAs and get away with it and not get punished, and we've seen that. Clearly, pros just don't care enough, and I think snaking's on its way back. I think it's slowly coming back.
That is a snake,
bro,
yes.
Dude.
It's the intention.
If you have to ask, it's a fucking snake. That's how we need to think about this, bro. If someone is behind cover, they have the advantage. They're behind cover, and they fucking crouch or prone or do anything that they don't otherwise have to do to reach out the gunfight so their camera lags behind their action so they get an even more advantage. They are doing that intentionally. That is a fucking snake. I don't care if it's 1 pump, half a pump, 7 pumps. That is not a normal, natural behavior. That is something players have learned in the last few years and become like a norm. But that shit is snaking, period.
Yeah. And what are they going to do about it, Slay? What are they going to do about it? Nothing.
I don't think there's nothing you can do. Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
I mean, obviously, like, it's on. We've talked about this. Like, the only real solve to snaking is the devs. But the problem that I have is just, and this is what's not going to change, is the mentality of players has just changed, bro. It's just changed. That is like a natural reaction now for players, is to fucking get behind cover and go prone and stand up and then chow. That's what players have naturally started doing. But either way, it is fucking snaking. And I agree. I think it's going to continue that way.
Yeah. Again, I had my ruling on snaking. I tried to get this shit GA'd. Obviously, it's come a long way. When we got the whole GA talk going, and we got snaking to a point where people really weren't doing it, and people were only doing 2 pumps and shit. But one thing I did say before we went through that whole process is I did say, listen, guys, I've been here before. We've done this before. And every time snaking is GA'd, it always comes around. People always come around and do it again. Whether it's in a league match or on LAN or in crucial moments, people are just going to snake. And I got crucified for that take. I got crucified. Oh, you're a part of the problem and this and that. But it's like, as a competitor, you're sitting here. Imagine you're a competitor, right? And you're obeying by the rules. You're not snaking, right? You're being an honorable man and not snaking. Right? And then in crucial moments, everybody else is fucking snaking. Everybody else is snaking. You're a competitor. People are snaking. Nobody gives a fuck. And then after the fact, they don't even get punished for snaking. Right? At that point, I'm looking over at my teammates, right? He's selling it back in the day. I said, MC, snake everything you can fucking say. I don't give a fuck. Snake it all. Right? Because at that point, right, you're playing to win, right? People are just blatantly breaking the rule. That's why it always comes full circle. That's why it always comes full circle.
This whole thing about snaking started that the intention was to break people's habits. Habits are never going to be broken if people aren't getting punished for it, bro. If it's not a thing that you have to keep in mind, like, yo, I need to stop doing this fucking cheesy mechanic because there's an actual consequence, no one is going to stop, bro. Nobody.
Yeah. I agree. And again, like, even in that situation right there, and my rule was 2 pumps. You're allowed 2 pumps. They made a rule allowing 1 pump. So what's going on here? Matter of fact, the moron who made that rule is in the chat. His name's Scrappy. So Scrap, what's going on? Are you guys going to fucking do something about this, or is nothing going to happen? And then when we get the champs, I'm going to see 85 million fucking snakes. He said, get off my dick. It was all 12 teams. He said, get off my dick. It was all 12 teams. Ben, you're muted.
I think the only thing you can really police is like the spamming of it for information. But like when you react in the gunfight, like everyone is going to do it at least once.
It's gonna get
sometimes
bad.
twice to get a kill.
I've seen this so much. Brother, we've been around for a long time. We tried GAing snaking back in the day. We literally GA'd snake, and I hopped into a professional match on LAN, and I got snaked to oblivion. I remember talking to Clay and Dylan and Ian about it. I'm like, dude, like, what the fuck? And meanwhile, one teammate's got a fucking got a super stick. He's got a long scuff stick with a classic control freak on, so he can't fucking snake. The nub can't snake because he said he's got the nub, so he can't snake with the nub.
They gotta swap the default.
I had hand issues. I couldn't snake. This was an IW, by the way, when this whole GA snaking shit went
down.
Bro,
this is when it got bad. Is IW, bro? I blame Splice. No bullshit.
They're the ones who did.
Snake me for 50 grand, bro.
They're the ones who broke the GA and didn't give a fuck. They owned it.
Snake me for 50 grand.
Pre IW, bro. We had honorable fucking gamers.
Bro,
and then IW started, bro. And
I mean, with respect to this season, what's funny about the scrap thing is like, I knew for a 1,000% fact there was going to be no punishment after that Paco. You guys remember the Paco Sturglitch?
Yeah, on Skyline.
No, when was that?
And then Thieves put in the chat, yo, what's your punishment? And nobody responded to them. At that point, I knew it was fucking job.
Wait,
I mean, to be fair, that's not Thieves' fault. That's not
exactly.
Thieves' fault.
It's not their fault.
It's just pros don't hold each other.
Slasher's saying that cat that he responded. So, but I guess
what blows my mind is how some games snaking is damn near like you can't do it, and then other games it's just fucking egregious. And the worst part is, I swear to God, there was somewhere where Treyarch said that the reason why they're like crouched to like stand up animation, all that stuff was so much slower was to basically nerf snaking. But this game, it's the worst it's ever been, bro. People are actually fucking invisible when they are snaking.
So Slasher said that is cap. I responded, and Dan Ghosty said that's cap.
Austin came on the show and talked about it.
Yeah, but it does. If Austin responded, and obviously he always is.
I remember Austin coming on after all of that, and he was one of the few people that brought it up.
It might have been that Twitter glitch, like our message today, where I messaged and only I see it and y'all don't. Maybe
I'll vouch for Austin on that one. He came on the show or in stream and talked about it.
Austin said he'll drop $1 million on it, so I believe him. You know what I mean?
I remember the comment.
I think either way, it just doesn't seem like the players are capable at the moment. Maybe back in the day, you guys were policing this thing.
Could they just fucking fix it?
They didn't have to police it because there weren't any fucking weirdos.
Well,
yeah, people just didn't fucking
problems
do it,
because
bro.
it doesn't seem like the developers are really going to do anything about it. So, I don't know what option 3 is, but that's where you got to fucking figure out.
They can barely fix the fucking scoreboard. It's chalked, man. It's fucking chalked. It is. Snaking is not the only way snaking goes away is if the players agree to not do it, which is just simply not going to happen. There's too many players who just simply do not give a fuck. They're probably listening to this convo, just giggling, ready to snake the next fucking map. You know what I mean? So yes, it all comes full circle. This is exactly as I predicted yet again. And Slayer, what do you always say? Never wrong, just early.
Early time. Never
it always
wrong.
comes back around. The snaking will always come back around. It's bullshit, bro. People just it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Snaking's ruining the game. It's chalked. Any other final thoughts on the Optic Miami series?
No bullshit. The only thing that might fix snaking is like a jetpack game coming back, like just breaking players' habits of how they fucking.
Hey, bro,
take
IW is jetpacks.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying, like,
yeah, it was.
We need a shift. Like, I don't
think that fixes it, pal. I'll be honest.
No, I'm not saying jetpack.
The only thing that fixes it is not being able to do it.
I'm saying like a new game. Like right now, bro. Look, we've been playing the same game the last 6 years, right? Like the same exact mechanics. I'm saying like if the game shifted in terms of like what the mechanics are, then maybe it would break the players' habits of doing shit like this because they'd be doing something else.
You guys got any other final thoughts on Optic Miami?
I have a final thought, which is Optic better go back and fix his communication issues because tomorrow they're playing a player that they dropped. And I don't know if you saw what Luka Doncic did against his Mavericks team the other day, Tom. But if Pred is on one, this one could be really.
Yeah, but Luka's on the Lakers, and
are we comparing the Falcons to the Lakers?
Listen, I just wanted to make a Luka Mavericks reference today, man. Like, just let me be, bro.
Dude, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know if the Falcons really equate to the Los Angeles Lakers.
No, they don't. But you get my point, though. Listen. These were mistakes that Optic's got to clean up, whether it's today or COD champs or whatever. They're going to not win anything if they make these simple mistakes. And it was not just once. It was not just twice. It was pretty much in every map in the series.
Yep. All right, let's move on to the next series of the day because this one wasn't even fucking close. The Vancouver Surge come out in 3-0 wipe the Los Angeles Guerrillas Gentlemates. First map, Hacienda Hardpoint 250 to 207. Red Card S&D 6-3 and Protocol Control 3-2. There in the overtime. We'll scroll down and take a look here at the stat sheet. We got a 1.3 coming in from 0-4 today, a 1.34 from Abuza. You got a 0.75 from Nasty, a 1.20 from Neptune, and on the other side, you have a 0.89 from Fellow, a 0.73 from Kismet, a 1.06 from Lunars, and a 0.89 from Johnny. We'll scroll down, take a look at the match MVP. There he is. It's 0-4 with a 1.13 in Hardpoint, a 2.6 in Search, and a 1.19 in Control. Super well-rounded, going off in every single game mode. Pat, he couldn't do this for you when you had him, Pat. The fuck?
He couldn't, bro. He was in a slump when I had him in fantasy, but now he's fucking frying.
He's back now, Pat. He's back now. Pat
Sam's in shambles with Nasty on his fantasy.
It's whoever I have, bro. Don't matter. No, it's whoever I got, bro. Simp, yeah, 0.8, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, Pat, we'll start with you. This is a pretty bad beating here. I mean, what did you think of the series? What do you think about LAG and their new team? And what do you think about the Surge? Go ahead. The floor is yours, Pat.
I mean, Surge obviously was just belt to ass today. I think, again, Neptune had the most kills, so he's pretty consistent for Neptune now that he's just consistently frying. I thought Misdemeanor and the boys had a rough one.
Fellow joke. Got it.
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah, got it.
I thought Kismet had a slow one, but yeah. What's the trend with everyone with the mustaches now? Did I miss out? What's the reason for that? Doug's got one. Ella's
Saw
got
Doug's,
one.
yeah.
Doug's.
I don't know, dude. Mustaches in there now.
Is it just like is it March or April? Is it like,
AI is crazy.
No, AI is crazy, bro.
AI is
insane.
crazy.
You got AG's face.
How is AG LeBron and Luca?
Yeah, what's going on here? What's happening here? This guy AG
can't be both.
This
guy's the whole damn league.
I'm saying, the hell.
Do we really got to spend a lot of time on this series, bro?
No, bro.
Belt
Team
to
diff,
ass,
skill
bro.
gap,
Belt to
team
ass.
diff, skill issue. Boys got fucking shit on.
These guys
Reverse
like,
sweeping the control.
The Hacienda was actually like low key decent, but you know
The control was also decent, but Vancouver just decided to start
came
trying.
down to a couple of times where LAG lost some big gunfights at the back of P2 that they had kind of rotated to, and that'd be kind of difference. The control was super interesting because it looked like LAG was going to win it, and they reverse flipped it. I just think right now LAG in these series have an inability for these two series to like close out maps, which is not a problem you want to have for a team in their position at the moment.
They've had a handful of advantages in their first two series. They had them against Ravens, and they had them here, and they just, what you said, couldn't close.
Yeah, we don't need to go too crazy in the series, but I do have some rounds that I do want to show from the Surge because these are big rounds. I mean, this is a 2-2 round. It's a 2v3 situation. These are just rounds that LAG have to close out, and they're just throwing them away. 2v3 situation. 0-4 gets the bomb down. You can see LAG now trying to work the retake. You have Johnny who's going all the way around, trying to make a play here, and he's actually he's trying to find Nasty. He's trying to find somebody top window. I mean, he's in the depths right now, and Nasty ends up turning around. Johnny finds a big one there, but 0-4 in a 1v3 situation wins a crazy fight onto Tyler Fellow there. I thought Fellow was winning that for sure. And then you see 0-4. He knows Johnny's across the map. He shoots him off the bomb, and he drops the controller. 0-4 leans back. There's still another player on the map.
Yeah, he can't fucking believe that Lunars didn't get off the bomb.
Yeah, bro. Look, they're laughing too. Look, they're all laughing.
Oh, he said he thought he defused.
Oh, he thought he defused the bomb? Is that what he said? That's actually crazy.
I can't believe he 1v. That was the easiest 1v3 of his life.
Yeah, guy just 1v3. So that's a round that needs to go to LAG. Not sure what the fuck they were doing there. And then we get to the next round, the 2-3 round. And this is another throw. I don't know what the fuck LAG was doing. They get the blood. 4v3 situation. They know Neptune is in ticket. This is what I don't understand. Lunars knows he's here. He knows. He saw him slide and lay down there. Look at what he does.
Did he see him slide and lay down?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Look at the way he plays. Because look, Johnny gets a kill, right? He tags him up, gets him one shot, right? Lunars turns the corner here. You can see him on a mini map looking at ticket. Right, and then
he definitely sees him,
way that he snaps, like look, he's like looking at it, like he's
he's got a nade in his hand. Throw your fucking grenade.
Look, watch this shit, watch this. He runs away, and then when he runs away, Kismet.
What the fuck?
When he runs away, Kismet chows it, and then Kismet dies, and then when he dies, Loners dies, and then when he dies, this is all solo chow after solo chow after solo chow, bro. I don't know what the Duarte. What happened there, Duarte? What the hell happened there?
I mean, they just blacked out. What the fuck was that? I don't know what.
They blacking the fuck out, man.
Bro, what?
And then ISD was chalked. I mean, that's why they lost the search. I mean, I thought if LAG had any chance in this series, I mean, they're taking the search. And then of course, obviously the control was pretty comfortable. It did go to an overtime, but Vancouver had that one in the bag. I mean, if you're LAG, I mean, what's next? You can't blow it up again, right? I mean, you got to try and make this team work, or do you blow it up again?
They got to stop blacking out, and they got to start closing maps when they have advantages. And
they just got to capitalize, bro.
And the Kismet's got to start bulldogging because Johnny's been shooting back. Kismet's not doing the best, and then everyone else is kind of also just kind of up and down. But, like, they just got to close a fucking map, dude. Get one on the board.
Yeah, they need to do something because, I mean, I will give Gotaga the credit to actually pulling the trigger and making some changes. The only problem is these guys are just not meshing right now. Maybe they need more time. Or what about you, Pat? What do you think about this LG roster? You a fan?
I mean, I'm a fan of the roster change. I don't, like I said, I think Kismet had a rough one today, but I think Johnny's a good piece to have on this squad. I think Kiz needs to play as well as he was playing before, but I don't know, man. It just seems like they're not on the same page as a unit, but. What's the losses that they had? Did they have pretty good game? Like
they played Ravens. They played Ravens well.
Yeah,
they slammed Ravens in control, 3-0, and then I believe they threw the fuck out. Was a protocol hardpoint map one against Ravens? They threw like a 80-point lead or something. Like they've been in good spots.
Maybe just a little bit more time. Something to watch. But I mean, obviously they had to make a change. And I think this team is better than the last team, no matter what. So we'll just have to see as time plays out. I don't think anyone was expecting this team to come in and just start fucking racking up wins right away. I think obviously improving on their situation, not being a fucking free win for other teams is.
It's just what you guys said, bro. When you're kind of the underdog team and you get an advantage, you got to make sure you close it out. You can't toss maps to these teams. So that's what it is. They gotta finish.
And then the other side, man, this Vancouver team, I mean, I'll say it again and again, but ever since they picked up Neptune, they've looked like just a completely different team. And Neptune continues to shine. Like, I mean, he has been consistent, man. I mean, sometimes you think, honeymoon stage, right? And Neptune, he comes in, he fries for a few matches, whatever. Bro, he's been on point. Like, this wasn't just like a honeymoon stage 1 or 2 match type of thing. Like, he's been doing it since he got here. So, I feel like you got to give Neptune his credit, bro. He got thrown into the fucking challenger pit and made it out there alive. I don't think there's a lot of people who can actually say that, right?
I'm quite curious where this team is going to like end. Like, obviously at the end of the season, I don't think they're going to slow down, but like this is going to be if this team is like does really good the whole year, it's going to be a desirable place for people to want to go to if they can maybe attain some more stars, or if they decide not to make a roster change, which they have no reason to right now. But I'm curious to see how well they'll do in the next game, because there could be a case where maybe this game just fits all of their play styles and they're just like, doing it off that, or there's a case where all these players are getting better and maturing as players and they're just going to be good like from here on out, and they can just keep that rolling in another title. But like the Vancouver turnaround has been crazy.
I'll say this, Chris, the one thing for Vancouver and Vancouver fans is I think their respawn is good, and they obviously got off to that great start in the hardpoint last split. But if they want to actually close the final, or once Thieves decides to stop trolling on Sundays at events, go toe-to-toe with Thieves, it's going to be on the back of S&Ds. I think the searches they have played so far this split have been really good. Want to see them keep that up because that's their path to actually like bring home a chip to Vancouver.
Yep, 100%.
Not going to win 3 respawns on the way to do it. So,
any other final thoughts on Vancouver and the Los Angeles Guerrillas Gentlemates? Slowly, let's move on to the last series of the day. Only 3 series today, and we'll take a look at tomorrow's matches. We got some bangers tomorrow, but we got the Carolina Royal Ravens going up against the Minnesota ROKKR. This one goes all the way down to a round 11, map 5 yet again. That's 3 in a row for Minnesota going last map, round 11. So I'm sure they're getting some gray hairs over there. Start things off on a Skyline hardpoint. Minnesota win that one 250 to 101, so they bodied them in the first map hardpoint. Carolina quickly bounced back, though, with a 6-1 victory in the Protocol S&D. We had a back and forth vault control where Minnesota closed that one out 3-2. Another close map in a Hacienda hardpoint, 250 to 244. That one ended on a rock hill. We'll tune into the end of that one. And of course, we had a round 11 dealership S&D new map added to the table. And Carolina closed that one out. So very close series here, huh? First 2 maps are blowouts. Well, 1-1 a pop. And then after that, I mean, maps 3, 4, and 5 were extremely close. We'll scroll down and take a look here at the stat sheet. Nearly a red carpet for Carolina, but it's Gwyn. It's Gwyn with over 100 kills in the series, a 1.09. This guy I don't know, man. This guy's just a different breed online, man. I'm trying to see this shit on land. You got a 0.77 from Slasher. You got a 0.96 from TJ, a 0.9 from Vivid on the other side. Everybody in the green category except for Estrio with a 0.96. You have a 1.0 flat from Gio, a 1.09 from Kenny. He's been playing a lot better with this new roster. And, of course, you got a 1.21 from Nero. We'll take a look here at the match MVP. They didn't choose a match MVP. Who is it? Who's the match MVP? Gwyn? It's got to be Gwyn.
Gwyn. Yeah.
Statistically, it's Gwyn, but I'm gonna say TJ Halley is the reason this team even went map 5. That guy on map 4 was fucking insane. The fact that he ended with the 0.96, obviously he wasn't having the best of series, but like he's literally the reason they pushed this to a map 5. He was willing them to win that hacienda.
116 kills from Nero on the series. 100.
Yeah, we gotta start giving out MVPs to people on the losing team when they do like 40 more kills and his whole team is fucking like everyone on his team is.
What was the shit that Nameless used to do on land? Is like who costed you or whatever? You guys remember that?
Yeah, who shit the bed?
Yeah.
I told him to bring that series back, bro. He's missing out.
Yeah, he should bring that back. That was actually hilarious. He used to go up into the player lounge. Bro, he would go to the player lounge and start asking people who shit the bed when they're just miserable. They just lost a series. They're like,
but not even out the tournament yet.
Yeah. Hey, good times, man. Nameless, if you're listening, you got to bring that back. But yeah, Pat, we'll start with you. What'd you think of the series? Carolina, they go all the way down to a last map round 11 and they take it home.
I don't even think it should have went to this. I think it should have been a 3-1. I think Gwyn costed on that control. I only watched it back for a second, but if he stayed in and didn't get out, they win that map right there, right? Like it's
I don't know.
Question.
We can pull it up real quick and see.
I'm pretty sure. Like I watched it back when it happened just for a second, and I'm almost positive it was a guaranteed win if he just stayed in the hill.
Because
like he ran off and they lost.
I thought he was on the hill, but I could be wrong.
No. He ran out. Like it was when it was like 90%. He clearly got out, ran inside, and then they contested after the fact.
Yeah, let me see. We're watching it right now, so you can see Carolina. I mean, they have the stack. So you're talking about right there.
Look, yeah. I mean, bro, like if you go back, look how much time he ran out. Look how close it is. He just would have stayed in. Look, he's in hallway already.
They would have capped 100%.
Because I think there's.
Look, he dipped. Like
yeah, they would have capped 100%.
Yeah, they would have
I
capped
think
it.
what he's probably waiting for, their trophy is not up, and I assume he's just assuming they're just going to lob nades over.
Yeah, but you just got to stick it regardless, bro.
It doesn't matter.
In a situation where you only have 4 lives, bro, you're sticking this, and you just hope that you cap it, right? Like if you don't cap it, you don't cap it.
It was GG. They should have won it right here.
Yeah, no, you're right, Pat. You're right. I actually didn't even realize that he ran off and went vault right there.
And he was behind cover. It's not even like I mean, Flasher was behind the tree. Like he was on the other side of the van, and I don't think a nade, unless it was like perfectly cooked midair, would have killed both of them anyway. So I don't know. I think he was just like a kill whore moment where he just didn't want to die because it was 4 lives. But
yeah, and the only player who's able to, if he stays on it, the only player who's even close enough to make a play is Kenny. And he's coming with an AR from Lion side. Like it's good. Like this is a wrap. Like you're right, Pat. This probably should have been a 3-1 here. I mean, he was having a good map. Guy had 34 on a map, but got to keep those
blacked
points
out
stacked.
for 2 seconds.
Yeah, he blacked the fuck out. Definitely got to keep those points stacked. But what about you, Duarte? What you think of the series?
I mean, overall, good series win out of Carolina. Carolina are no slouch online. I will give them that. They did have a good land performance the first event, but outside of that they've just been a damn solid team online outside of when they played the Thieves. So good win for them. But on the Minnesota side, yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think what's going to bite this team in the ass right now is their search and destroy. Their hard points seen a lot of improvement with Kenny on their team. They weren't able to close that hard point on Hacienda, but obviously Teach had a fucking insane map. And then I like Dealership. I like what I've been watching from these teams. It's definitely a way better map than I anticipated it. Well, I think everything's better than Volt, but yeah, I mean, ultimately it was a fun series to watch. I'm still curious to see where Minnesota goes from here. I like the improvements. I like the way Kenny's been playing, but I think they need to get more production of Estro. I think Estro, prior to this roster change, was very consistent for his team, and he was playing really well, and Nero was kind of the one slouching. I get it. Maybe there's only so many kills on the map that can be had, but I need to see him step up to those levels that he was playing with before, and this team could start, beating some higher caliber opponents.
I mean, I think Chris, like, the thing with this series, you're not to find margins. I think Minnesota definitely scammed the Hasi hard point. We'll probably go back and watch that clip. We'll also go back at the play they did round 11 in the S&D. So I agree with your assessment. I think S&D could be a potential weakness for ROKKR. I think on the flip side for Carolina, one thing to watch going forward, I believe they have not won a control at all this stage so far, right? I think they've lost the control in all 3
They
series.
are
they're running off the hill.
They're 2-9 in control round count.
Yeah, that's
in the stage so far.
That's they gotta clean that up.
Stay on the damn point.
Yeah, definitely got to stay on the point here. What about you, Sam? You got any thoughts on the series?
We've been talked about it on Scrap Time prior to the weekend, but I really wanted this ROKKR team to find an identity in a game mode. Their hardpoint is like kind of that, but they've gone game 5, round 11 3 times. I think they've gotten there in different ways each time. I don't really think again that they have like a real core anchor game mode for them to be good at. They're kind of all over the place just as a team and the way that they play COD. So I'm definitely looking for them to close the series. The same thing we were saying in stage 1 about the team, hopefully in fewer games than 5. But I'm still not sold on Ravens. I'm sticking to my guns on the fact that I don't think this team has what it takes anymore after everything that's happened. It's obviously a great win, but I mean, if one gunfight goes a different way, if Gwyn doesn't lay in a corner and get a 3-piece, they lose,
Yeah.
They are the best
there's a
game
million
5.
things that could happen.
Also
so.
here at the end, guys, you guys are talking about Carolina map 3, but take a look at the end of the map 4. Look at what happens on this rotation. Because Minnesota, they get the kill, they get in here, and then they don't pick up the pinch. Gwyn ends up hitting this out. Look, he hits the pinch. Nobody from Minnesota's watching it, and then Gwyn slides the corner, finds one. Now that everything's collapsing, players are fucking tweaking, and this one ends.
I think Ken tweeted something about a miscommunication on the Hossie, and I just have to assume that that's it. So
it's got to be right. It's got. I mean,
yeah.
This was kind of like crazy because you have one guy watching mid already, one guy shimmying Lambo. I mean, somebody's got to turn around, bro. Especially with this guy spawning in Boathouse. Like that's a deep ass spawn, bro. Like look at where he spawns.
Yeah, he spawned a little bit further back in the boathouse.
He spawns back boathouse. Surely he's got to be calling out like, "Yo, somebody's pinching. I'm spawning deep." Like,
yeah.
The thing is, though, also
too cracked for his own good in this situation.
also
just sliding that fucking corner to corner.
It's also, I mean, it's the rotation. Like that wine pinch is a very common route in the rotation where people will come off their spawn well and try to disrupt the rotation. So, I mean, Kenny pointed out miscommunication. If he would have just sat there and jiggled it, he either picks up that kill or slows him down. Then the guy boathouse shoots him in the back. So,
yeah,
I mean that was the difference maker there.
Yeah, 100%. I thought that was a big mistake there at the end of that one. A lot of players do love to cut wine, like Chris said. They be every rotation, you'll always have a sub player like cutting that, trying to just be a nuisance. And then we get into the last map, S&D. What do you guys think about dealership now that we've seen it a few times? Got to see a few maps
Great
on
map.
it. It's been playing. I like it. The only thing that's crazy is these cars over on this A site. You got to be careful, man. Explosion goes down. TJ blows up. Slasher ends up getting taken down. The retake comes in. Last one was Reese Vivid. He was all by himself. He ends up getting pooped on here. There he goes. Great retake coming in from Minnesota. And then we go into the falling round. The same thing, right? Same bomb site, same everything. And just look at all the explosions coming in. I think that's just the biggest thing. You just got to be careful for all these car bombs. Because there's just explosions happening everywhere. You see the car blowing up in front of Nero. Then the tags come in. Then another car blows up. Then another one's blown. Look at the fucking war zone. It's a war zone on his site. But again, another great retake. This one coming in from Carolina now on the other side. So, I mean, what do you guys think is the best way to play a post plan here when you get the bomb down? I mean, just try and back up into the building and just play tight and throw shimmies on
Two ways
bomb.
you can play it. You're either running them down and taking control while they're like trying to wrap, or you're backing up and praying they scam. But like this bomb is just dog
It's
shit.
hard, bro. That bomb is hard.
Post plants on both of these sites are really difficult. Like they're really hard to hold. Even that other site by the courtyard, there's just not a lot of places you can play. It's
This map is all late playing mid on offense.
Yeah, and then that was my next take. Is the next 2 rounds is just Gwyn. He constantly plays through mid. But he just plays it late. Like he waits till like the end of the round and he starts making plays mid, and he just catches these guys slipping every single time. I mean, it happened a few times, and I'll pull up some other clips. So what were you gonna say, Pat?
I was just gonna add, do you think there's like some data point that COD devs have that just say like players love cars? Like
I don't know. They put cars in every map. They just put it in everything.
There's got to be something that like casual fans just love fucking cars on the map, exploding cars.
I mean, the map's literally called dealership, right? Like they love this shit. And then it might be just the map. Is the same guy designing all these maps? Like imagine
a car lover.
Yeah, it's just this one guy who's just making all these maps, and he just likes cars, so he's just throwing cars in there. And then again, we go into.
By the way, Ravens are the best Game 5 team in the league. I don't know if y'all knew that. They're 6-1.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me with how they play S&D, honestly.
Yeah.
Again, here's the next round, right? After Gwyn playing the mid-map and finding a two-piece in the following round, look, it's Gwyn again, late playing mid. You got to be careful for these late flanks coming through mid-map because Gwyn's going to be all over it. He finds another two-piece there, and Carolina, they end up going up 2-5 here. Granted, Minnesota did bring it back slowly.
Did they just try jumping up in the window? Is that how we got those kills? Because ROKKR was on offense. And they're jumping up through the window with the bomb and shit.
I don't know. They're fucking trolling. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
I don't know.
And then we get into the next round, and this is where Minnesota brought it back. I mean, we were even sitting here, surely this doesn't go to a round 11, right? I mean, Minnesota, they've already been to so many round 11s. We just didn't think it would happen. This was a great retake for Minnesota. Bomb goes down on B. 4v4 retake here, and you can kind of see how they played. They end up getting mid-map control. You can see Gwyn trying to make a play through mid again, but Nero not falling for it this time. He picks up on it. As soon as you kill the guy mid, you're golden, right? Like once you clear out mid, and you don't got to worry about anybody pinching you. Once you get control of that bomb site, I feel like you should play around bomb and op it because they have to expose themselves to check, right? Like there's really no bomb checks on that site.
You gotta come to a fight.
What'd you say, Chris?
I was like, is Estral emoting? Y'all see that shit?
Nah, what do you mean emoting?
Go back, and you'll see his little like you'll watch this shit. You'll see his little outline, bro. He's doing some crazy emote. Look and watch this. It's actually so trolly. Why's it taking so long? Yeah, look at him, dude. He's emoting.
Yo, he's breakdancing and doing backflips and shit. Yo, what the fuck? Yeah, I didn't even notice that. That's actually comedy. And then we get to the last round of the day. We get into a round 11. Again, we go over to this A-bomb plant. I got something I got to say. Round 11, stop giving up the bomb site, man. Why do teams just give up sites on round 11s, man? Bro,
where's the car?
Hate. What do you mean, where's the car? What are you talking about?
Gio's in an RC.
Yeah, he's an RC. Where did it go?
I don't fucking know. Why is nobody getting info A side? Nobody. You have Kenny in the very back of the map throwing shimmies. He can't see nothing back there, man. He can't see nothing. Bro, now you have Carolina, a free bomb plant 15 seconds into the round. Gwyn's pushed up in vent. Like, this is fucking chalked. Then he catches the timing again through middle map, and he ends up just punishing them for it. Finds one. Dips out of there, Vivid with another one. Gwyn almost finds a two-piece there, but now a 3v2 situation. You can take a look. Actually, Minnesota almost retook this for a second. It's just the fact that they shouldn't even be in this situation. Like, this situation now for Minnesota is just so hard. But TJ Haley just not going to let that happen. Reads the pinch coming in, gets the kill. There's no time left on the clock. TJ checks the bomb, and there's obviously no time left for Kenny to get the defuse. I mean, what do you guys agree? Do you guys agree or disagree with my take on playing for retakes round 11? I fucking hate it, man. I hate playing retake round 11. I feel like it's the worst shit.
But yeah, that bomb is just hard in general because, nades are coming over, so it's just hard. But, like, I mean, dude, Gwyn was exploiting mid so much and late flanking. I'll give it to him. Great plays, but it's a new map, so stuff like that risks like that are gonna like pay off a lot. So, I mean, sucks for ROKKR, but I assume they'll probably adjust to that, and maybe teams will either try hitting mid as well, just like Gwyn, or start adjusting and picking it up. So, yeah, unfortunate, but good plays by Gwyn there.
I'll say for Carolina, the next two matches are like kind of everything for potentially the rest of their season. I don't want to get that dramatic, but they play Vancouver on Sunday and then Thieves. So, like, yeah, they're 2-1 right now. Well, I don't think I favor them in either series. 2-3. Bad loses bracket seed, maybe playing Thieves or Optic, or Threes or FaZe in winners round 1. Like, this can go sideways pretty fast for Carolina if they can't find some wins next two matches here.
Yeah, agreed. Any other final thoughts, guys, with Carolina, Minnesota? Anything else? All right, we'll do some predictions. We got 4 matches tomorrow. We got Atlanta FaZe kicking things off against Miami. That's going to be at 3 o'clock Eastern. Then we got the Vegas Falcons going up against Optic Texas. Boston Breach up against LAG, and then we end with a Cloud9 versus LA Thieves. So we end with your boys tomorrow, Sam. It's gonna be a good day. A lot of banger matches tomorrow. We also get Pred. He gets to play his former team. So some storylines going into this one. We'll start the first series, Atlanta FaZe versus Miami. I'm going to Atlanta FaZe here, 3-1, 3-0. Who do you got, Pat?
FaZe 3-0.
Chris?
I'm gonna say FaZe, but I wouldn't be surprised if Miami take a map or two. just because they've been playing really well. And granted, FaZe's search has been really good on land. It hasn't been as good online. And I think with Miami playing search well, they could probably take that map. So we'll see.
Sam?
FaZe 3-0.
Benjay?
I'm gonna say FaZe 3-1.
Hey, Tom, you're giving away a fridge?
Listen, Pat. Listen, don't even get me fucking started,
Pat, you got a grandma?
Yo, Sam, relax.
Yeah.
Sam, relax. That's not what I said. That is not what I said.
Yeah, be careful, Pat.
How do I enter this? I could use a fridge.
I'm not giving away a fridge, Pat. I'm not giving away a fucking fridge, man. Where the fuck?
Nightbot says I entered the fridge giveaway, Tom.
Oh, Jesus. Let's go to the next one. Optic Texas going up against the Vegas Falcons. I got Optic Texas in that one, 3-0, 3-1. Who do you got, Pat?
I got Falcons. I think Pred's going to do it.
You think so, Pat? You think so?
Game 5. Game 5.
Game 5, you think they got it, Pat? First win of the season against Optic, against their former team? That would be fucking crazy. What about you, Duarte?
I'm just going to stick with Optic on this one. The ARs on Falcons are not very good. And I think that's going to be
Either other ones on Optic.
Yeah, fair enough. But still.
What about you, Sam?
Optic.
Benjay?
Optic 3-1. I'm expecting a sketchy map for not a A+ series out of Optic.
Okay, then we got the Boston Bridge going up against LAG. I got Boston in that one. I just feel like LAG looks sloppy right now. I'll go Boston 3-1, 3-2. Who do you got, Pat?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Boston as well. I think LAG will play them close, but just won't get it done.
Chris?
I think Boston is going to win this one.
Sam LaRue.
LAG.
Why, Sam?
I don't know.
Just because?
Just because.
Benjay?
Boston.
Okay, so Sam with the only one taking LAG on that one. And then we got Cloud9 versus the Los Angeles Thieves. I got the Thieves in that one. I just think they're too strong. I think their slaying power is going to push them through this one. So I got Thieves 3-1.
Great prediction, Tom.
Thank you, Sam. What about you, Pat?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Thieves.
Chris?
Another great one.
Thieves have been running scrims, right?
Yeah, they've looked pretty good.
Thieves are incredible online.
Yep.
You got
Where
Thieves?
we thrive.
What about you, Ben? You got Thieves too?
I got these as well.
All right, Benjay, why don't you sink us out? Hit the butt. Do what you do.
The Masters is on, Ben. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, Ben, you cannot fuck it up with the Masters going on, bro.
Oh,
You got to
that's a
be
lot of
flawless.
pressure.
You got to be flawless throughout the whole weekend here,
That's
Benjay.
a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure.
Pressure's nothing for you, Benjay. It's nothing. The channel point predictions are coming in. There is millions and millions of channel points. I'm Benjay sinking it here. A lot of people believing in Benjay today as he lines up to take this ball. He's got his stinky fucking slippers on. Let's see what he can do here as he steps onto the green. He's got the putter in hand. Channel points are raining in, and he misses the putt. Oh, no.
Ben is awful.
He misses another
Yo,
one.
are we keeping track of these, by the way?
We got
like,
to.
do we have a record?
Oh, man. The pressure was just too much for him.
Someone's got to go back.
I've been keeping track of the record, and I think it's 4-23, Tom.
180.
Oh my
Did anyone
God.
see
Dude,
that?
someone's got to go back and watch all the flanks and get his record because it's not good.
Nah, bro.
What the
It's
fuck was
not
that?
good.
Benjay,
Damn, I want to
Benjay,
see you hit a fucking 8-foot putt, brother.
I don't see. I'm not a golfer. You play PGA, watch the Masters, and golf all day, all the time. You're a golfer.
Yeah.
You play PGA, you golf every day, you watch the Masters.
There's no wind. There's no fucking hills. It's a straight putt. That's like hitting a free throw, Benjay. You are awful.
Oh, man.
It's okay, Ben. You'll get
I'm looking
better.
up 8-foot putt
You'll get better, Ben. It's okay.
is
What are you looking up? Are you asking AI if it's a hard putt to hit? What are you doing?
What are you searching?
What exactly are you searching up right now?
Guys, make sure you don't miss the fridge giveaway. Exclamation point fridge in chat.
Tor Pro makes 50% at 8-foot putts. Just saying.
Yeah, outside.
I'm saying,
Agrees.
it's not an easy putt, Sam. It's not an easy putt.
Okay. Slay, where'd you get that fridge?
Command fridge.
It's AI, Tom. It's AI.
Yeah, it's an AI fridge. All right, guys.
Command fridge.
Listen, that's going to do it for us. Yeah, command fridge in the chat. What the fuck is that? Chat. Glad to see you guys are getting the merch. I see a lot of people tweeting, and people are really happy with the quality as well. If you do have any problems with merch, you just email support@zooma.gg. Yeah, if there's any problems, you could just message that email line. But it seems like everything's been pretty smooth sailing so far. But if you do have any issues, make sure to email there. But guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, go to anchor.fm/theflank. Check out audio say Saran. Go follow at the Flank on Twitter. Gert's doing a phenomenal job running socials. And of course, ZooMaa.gg for all merch moving forward. Make sure to check that out. Put your email in. And yeah, join the community as well, guys. Both spotlighted to the Flank Twitter and my Twitter. Join the community. We're on our way to 30,000 people in the community. So I appreciate everybody who's been coming in and showing some love, bro. There's a lot of funny moments in that community, bro. So I appreciate everybody who's in there being active. Thank you all so much. And yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of The Flank. Take care, brush your hair. And we'll see you guys tomorrow on another episode of The Flank, man. Take it easy. Ciao, ciao. Salute.